2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer. It's a certain type of cancer called fibrolamellar carcinoma. It's very interesting because I was never sick. I was never unhealthy. When I went into the hospital, they actually were like, yeah, you have cancer. And I remember that specific moment because after that, I just blacked out and I went crazy. I started attacking doctors. I was like in a full-on psychosis. Really? Yeah. My ammonia was up to like 300. Ammonia is like a neurotoxin that your liver is supposed to filter out. My liver couldn't filter it out. This entire year where I was diagnosed to when I had my surgery, it was a lot of chemo. I was sick. Because of the chemo, I felt like I was being poisoned. But I knew that if I didn't get into that gym, I was going to be weak. I was going to be sick all the time. I was going to be sad and depressed.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing a lot of people don't realize is that when you're not moving, you're ultimately just like tearing yourself down. You're tearing your mind down because you're not doing anything. So now you're just in this lazy mode. You're just sluggish and you don't feel like doing anything. You don't want to brush your teeth. You don't want to take a shower, and you just kind of start like existing in your own like little shell, and you can't break out of it. But if you force yourself to start doing something, start running, start walking, day-to-day tasks become so much easier. You start wanting to do stuff. You start wanting to live. And I think that's what allowed me to just keep fighting with me, even just pushing myself to go to the gym. And I'm so glad that I enjoyed the gym, because if it weren't for me enjoying the gym and loving powerlifting, loving bodybuilding, they wouldn't have been able to perform this surgery, which when I got the chance to do this surgery, the doctors told me you have to build as much muscle as you can because this is going to be hard for you.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for the amount of muscle mass I had, they wouldn't have been able to push the surgery to 23 hours. And during the surgery, they were just slicing and dicing away at my organs. Like, I got like 2 parts of my liver removed. I had my spleen removed. I had my gallbladder removed. I had a lot of nerves in my stomach, some of my rectum, some of my intestines removed. And they put hot chemo in my system. It's called heated chemotherapy, and they put a tube in the top of my stomach and the bottom of my stomach. And this heated chemo is just being like, it's just coming in and draining out, coming in and draining out. But it stays in my system for 3 months. So when I woke up from that surgery, I was in excruciating pain. I felt like I just got hit by a train.
Yeah.
That's the best I could word it. I just got hit by a train. And the first thing that they told me to do was to walk. If I didn't walk, I wasn't going to recover.
Yeah.
I started walking and I could not stand up straight. And for 3 months, I had the worst pain was my back pain. My whole back was just like, it was I had no muscles in my back. My body was eating away at all the muscle just to sustain myself. And I had no muscle in my back, no muscle in my legs, no muscle anywhere.
Yeah.
And the one thing I realized that I needed to start eating more and working out, because I knew that the muscle was going to help support, so I didn't have that pain.
That was the first time you ever had back pain, right?
That was the first time I've ever even like experienced back pain like that.
Yeah. And you were 19 when you were diagnosed?
Yeah.
Chris was jacked, super strong.